your kids in the mix. Hello, everybody. Your show about to come on. Thank you for tuning in. Are you ready? Let's get it. Drop the beat.
Is she a boy? Is he a girl? Is he a boy?
I don't know.
Is she a girl? It don't matter.
Show don't.
It's a world. Let's talk about it. And be about the Virgin Queen podcast.
Ooh, y'all sound good.
It's the Virgin Queen
You don't got that time. Hey.
Virgin Queen podcast.
It's the what?
Virgin Queen podcast.
This one you twerk. Hey. I see you over there twerking. I see you over there twerking. Hey. Pop it. Shake it. Pop it. Shake it. Pop it. Shake it.
Really?
My mouth was dry.
Was it dry?
Yes. Welcome to the Butcher Queen
Welcome
podcast.
to the
You see, she can't
Butch.
start without the queen, baby.
Girl. You said it. The
Welcome
queen.
to the Butcher Queen podcast. Happy Tuesday.
Happy
everybody.
Tuesday, everybody. Tuesday.
It's not that type of show.
Listen.
We serve the Lord.
Oh, Lord.
But I am excited because tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to see Janet Jackson.
Listen.
Miss Jackson. What is it? Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Miss Jackson, if you're
Dream
nasty.
Street.
Y'all, she keeps
Dream
singing this Dream Street.
Street.
And I promise Janet is not singing
She is.
Dream Street.
She
I'm
gonna
sorry.
surprise
The
y'all.
only way she gonna hear that song is on the way to State Farm Arena.
She's singing it. Janet.
Welcome. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. How you feeling,
Yes.
Tip? You know
I'm
you
feeling-
gotta check on Tip. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, I have mental health problems.
You okay?
I'm doing okay.
You doing good today?
Yes.
I'm so
I've been
proud
going
of
to
you.
my therapist.
Okay, you getting it out your body?
Yes, we talk about it. She
You
tell
talk
me-
about it?
I don't really listen to what she tell me to do.
I'm gonna need
but-
you to work on that. Y'all talk to these people. Don't be up there sugarcoating that thing when you know that ain't the truth. Just
No,
tell-
I tell her everything.
you tell everything.
I'm like, I ain't do nothing you said, but I had a good time talking to
I ain't
you.
do not one thing you said
I
that
had a
week,
good time
man.
talking to you.
But it's nice talking to you. Remember to like, comment,
and subscribe.
subscribe.
So we about to get into it. We're gonna talk about Don Lemon. We're gonna talk about
We got a lot to talk
Jamie
about.
Foxx. We're gonna talk about blah 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 blah.
Out of the trapped in the closet. We don't sing none of his song no more.
So you shouting out any businesses today?
Oh man, I just want to show love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people
Mhm.
in the game when it comes to small businesses. And if you did not know, small businesses make up our economy in the worst way.
They do.
Okay?
They
We
do.
need to start thinking bigger, people. We are
Big-
bigger than what we
bigger
think. You
than
understand? They don't give a lot of credit to people, but shout out to small businesses. We really, really, really care about you. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Black, brown, minority, white, anybody, whatever you are. We
Sure.
support your businesses.
All right, we're gonna get into this bit, the LGBT, because
You want to get into it?
Yes, that's
Ooh, it's
LGBT
going
side.
down today, y'all.
We are bringing you the LGBT talk.
Zaya. You're probably wondering why I said Dear Zaya and not Dear Zion. We're Zaya now. You have officially come out to everyone and you love it. And don't think about any kind of hatred that comes from the outside world because it does not matter and there's no point in dwelling on it. P.S. You get those heels you wanted.
6. 4, but really like at 6.
What was your family reaction when you both came out as gay?
They definitely hit us for it, and I ran away from home. Deuces. My dad like pushed me in my chest. He's like a big dude, and he like pushed me in my chest and I like the bed. They weren't very supportive. I ran away from home that night. And our parents, our dad actually lived 30 minutes away, and we haven't talked to him in like 7 years.
Are you planning on talking to your dad at any time in the future or no?
Too late. No. Sorry if you're seeing this, Dad. I don't care.
Whew, that's a lot to unpack.
That is a lot to unpack.
What do you think? What do you think? Talk to me. What you thinking?
I think, okay, first we're gonna shout out Zion.
Zion, shout out to Zion. If you do
Is
not
that
know
how you-
who that, yeah,
that's how you-
Zion. That's what he
That's
said.
that's
That's her name.
okay.
Her.
Her name.
Yes.
You being
Anyway,
messy.
I'm not being messy. I'm
You know
trying to
that's
make
a
sure I
her.
get it right. So
It is
anyway,
a her.
so if you did not know, that is Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she has officially transitioned or a part of their transition process. And I don't know what is your take on that? Like, how is it too young? He's like 16, what,
Well,
14,
now
15, somewhere in there.
Now she is older.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad because you got me doing it.
I'm sorry.
Now she is older.
Okay.
But at first, I was
Mhm.
like, because if you really, really want to do it, when 18 come, boom, we in there, blah, blah, blah. But I understand why you want to do it, because when you start early, you take all those. It's like you really don't have the sharp features anymore.
Oh, so
that's why
as far as the testosterone and all that good stuff, or estrogen, vice versa.
That's why people want to start early. But
so,
I
how do
like I didn't like, if you were going to do it early.
Okay.
I didn't feel that they should have let it be known that that's what they were doing. I feel like they threw her out to the wolves when they made an announcement and said, blah, 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 this is what we're doing with our child. Because that could have been kept at home. There is nothing. We don't pay none of your bills. We don't need to know.
Yeah, it's like, why do we always have to tell everybody every move we make?
It was. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that's what it was.
Right.
But I feel like it was a publicity stunt.
You feel like it was publicity?
Yes, and then
But they don't need publicity.
But
they
then
got all of that stuff.
She won an award for coming out at the NAACP, standing up for the community.
Okay,
I'm talking about Gabrielle Union.
I get it. Well, but this is my thing. I don't think it's a publicity stunt because they already have their own platforms. All of them have their own platforms. Even Zion has developed, or Zaya.
She's not 18 yet.
I understand. So, Tashana, she is not 18 yet. So, of course, that is the argument right now. Are we starting young people off too young, not giving them the opportunity to develop and make a cognitive decision? Because they say at that tender age, and when you look at growth and development, they are not there. So, what do you think?
I feel like it's okay. So, when I came into the community, I saw a lot of people who were rah, I'm gay. And then as they went older, they turned about 27, 28. They was doing something totally different. It's like they got quiet. Everybody, me and my friend always had a little thing. When somebody get quiet, that mean they doing they went back.
But no, honestly, do you feel like it was too young for him to start the transition?
Because some people don't even know what they want, what they need. You don't know.
I can actually agree with you on that.
Are you that sexually experienced in your life that you know this is the position?
Now the argument is that internally they feel these feelings, emotions, and have these things within.
Still be that person,
and I'm not doubting that. But the argument is at this time: are we allowing them to really grow into who they are or who they would like to identify as? Because they say some of those feelings come at a very, very early age. So with that being said, would you let your child live out those things under your household at such a young age? Would you help them through their process of transition? So we have, James says, I definitely feel she should have waited until she was 18. Absolutely. Okay. I feel like if we're in the household, and I understand respecting their development and things of that nature, I just really think it's a lot. Tashana said, I wouldn't allow a minor to have a majority reassignment surgery. I think it should be a time for, something should be left to that child to do in their own life cycle process. I feel that way. Yeah. The parents should not have precedence over, okay, should it happen today or tomorrow?
It was a lot. I'm not saying that she did not want to do it.
Right.
I'm saying that
I don't think she was coerced. I don't think she was coerced.
I think the parents should have been parents.
You don't think they were being parents? They feel, some people in community feel that they were being parents by allowing their child to be themselves.
I understand. Because I would tell my child, I understand how you feel. And we could keep all you want to. Mm-hmm. But until you turn 18, and even further, because 18 ain't even the age that you know.
The end, because mama's being your life.
I want you to get to a place where you be like, you know what, this is my decision, and I will support you because you know what? You told me when you were younger.
But people are saying you are supporting them by starting them off early.
You're not supporting
them. So here we go, Shalanda. Thank you, Shalanda.
She was
thank
talking to
you.
me.
She was talking to you, girl.
Mhm.
Stop. Okay, she's only 15. I think Dwayne and Gabrielle wanted to bring awareness about being transgender, which I thought is a great thing if Zaya is on board. But for me, it should have been done in private.
It
Absolutely.
was, because it put her in such a limelight
Right.
that I don't think any child need to go through, because people are
Cruel.
very cruel.
I mean, they are cruel, huh? They are brutal. But some parents might have said that actually will help them on their journey of development. That's what they say now. That it will
Okay.
help them along their journey by going ahead and exposing them to the wiles of the world. So,
And I'm drinking the sign.
a girl. Okay, so Shauna said, when I was much younger, I wanted a top surgery, but now it doesn't really bother me. I still need these puppies to drop a few cups, but I ain't mad. I'm mad at it. What? Mad at it before. Okay, I understand. Jane said, I hope that she was mentally ready to do this. Yes, Shalanda said, yes, James, privacy. Absolutely. I think that there's a time and place for certain exposures. And I think sometimes just in her position, it was like, all right, she was able to handle it because really she's been in a limelight even as a male with the parental figures that she has.
Even with her coming out with her boyfriend, and then everybody found out the boyfriend was a girl.
Yes.
Was born a girl. But she is a man now.
But so how do you feel about that part about hiding these factors? Because some people, that's been a big thing where people that are transgender do not reveal.
But that is a very deep conversation right there.
That is deep.
And that's why I would want a transgender here.
Yes,
because that is a deep conversation, because it is hard to date. Now it's getting a little easier, but at first, when you first become a transgender,
right,
it is hard to date because you have, especially in the community, because you have lesbians who say, I don't like men, I like women. You are presenting to me a man, a full man,
right?
This is not a girl, and you just have masculine qualities.
So what would you do with that?
So they would go and then they would try to get a straight girl.
Right.
And then with the straight girl, what would happen? And it would be the same thing as far as dating in the for trans women.
Vice versa.
Right.
So
but then you'll find the people who did like to do it and they like that. Because like remember in Secret Society, the man said he loved it. He loved the fact that she appeared feminine, but she could bang his back out
all day at the house.
Night.
Okay,
so she was able to keep. And there's different parts. Like you can still keep your part, and it's just
It's a lot. It's a lot of components. So it's a lot of discussion that goes along with that. But what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Even though people think I am trans, I am not.
Girl, you must be stopped.
Trans woman.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So it's a lot to think about. Peace and blessings to all of them. But at the end of the day, I think that something should be left in private until you're properly prepared to be exposed in that way. So you know.
But let's talk about the second video.
With
the twins.
The twins.
Now that you know what, I knew it was a lot for that man when both his boys came
both of
in
his
there.
twin boys.
Now let me tell you something. He already knew.
He knew.
He knew. Did you hear him?
Yeah, but what would you do with it? Like, what would you do if you?
I would have been excited. Like, oh my God, I knew it.
But so, what is the big thing about disownership now compared to maybe when we were younger? What do you think about that? Because when
they disown now, people are still disowning.
Do y'all think people still disowning?
Yes. People are still getting kicked out their house. People are still getting beat up.
Yes.
People are still getting disowned.
It's a lot. It's a lot happening. So what do we do with that? Do you think we'll ever evolve to a place where it is?
I think there will always be people. I think it would be more receptive for the kids when they actually go out. A lot of the kids, when you think about, I was reading about, what's the place in California where the homeless people are?
Skid Row?
Skid Row. I was reading there's a lot of kids on Skid Row that are gay because they've been kicked out of their homes. Their family found out they were gay and it was not accepted.
Right.
So they go out there and that's how they become, prostitutes and
they have a lot of exposures.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So it's just a sad thing. And what's crazy is in Atlanta, there's nothing really for us, even though we're the gay
Mecca.
where people can feel safe.
Yes.
It's really not a safe place.
It's not a safe place.
People are still ignorant. People are still mad. And the black community, we are not really receptive as we say we are. Now, some people are saying, "Oh, if my
good
girl,
Judy,
if my little girl come out and she says she gay, I'm receptive." More people are more receptive to gay women. They are
to women.
To women, because what they think is, my young daughter ain't gonna get pregnant. Mm-hmm. That's what they thinking.
They think a lot.
But that's
the premise.
But with young black men, when they come out to their daddies or moms, it is a whole big no. I've seen little kids get whippings.
Yes, to try to beat it out of them.
And it's so sad. We used to and I'm like, don't do that. Ooh, I have to speak up.
Jane said he want to call in today.
He want to call in.
This is a lot. It's a lot. Hey, Bertha. Tashana said there will always be someone unhappy with how others live and look. And that's the thing. I be like, you're not in my house. Like, why is you so focused on what's going on over here? As long as I'm not causing infraction on your life, like, what is the problem? I think if we start tending to our house more, baby, it'll be a little bit better. What you think?
I think it'll be better.
I think it'll be better. So we be praying for everybody, because it's a crazy thing to not be accepted. And it's like, that is my biggest fight. It's like, I always wanted to be accepted.
Do your parents accept you wholly? My parents do not accept me.
No, to this day. This is the closest may have been.
My mom talks to me.
Talks now.
And my mom, for the longest, and everybody think it's so funny, because my mom still, to this day, feel like, Jesus is gonna come
and we gonna get left here.
I'm gonna get saved from what I'm going through.
You think so?
Oh yeah, she's still praying.
It's a whole conversation, but it's like, will you ever really be accepted by anybody wholeheartedly? Never. I don't think so.
You never will be, but you have to learn how to accept yourself.
Right.
And that's what kids have to learn. But as a child, how do you learn how to accept yourself when the main person that you know, that you put your focus on, that you rely for food,
right,
house, and then they come and tell you, like, this is it. This is abomination.
You going to hell, and that's it.
Because that's a hard thing. I got put out.
Right. So it's a hard thing.
Put out. And I was of age, and it still was hurtful.
Huge.
It was very hurtful.
So it's like you have to then develop some kind of tough skin per se to be
it took me a long time.
Because I always want to be approved by I want to be stamped and approved by my mom and dad. Like, it's just one of those things. I always want their approval on things, even today. But eventually I said, wait a minute. Myself said, I can't keep focusing on that.
Not my parents though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's in our community, it's a lot. Like, I feel like in our community, the people are getting better. It's like little by little. They understand, like, okay, I might not like it, but I can't do too much.
Right.
So they try to accept it.
But I gotta ask this.
But
how do you feel about everybody's different pronouns, like with school? Like, they're talking about making those changes in school.
I have a video about that,
so
we're not gonna talk about that.
You want to leave it alone for the day?
Leave it alone, because I got a video at the end that y'all need to see. My mom did, and my dad got cussed out by my mom for trying to flake on me for being gay. Mommy was not having it. Yes,
I'm telling you, they do not play. And it's serious, but honey, we wish them the best. But you live your life.
So this is our next story. We're gonna
Come
talk
on,
about
baby.
this.
What you got?
Now, what's going on with this? Now, everybody know, Mr. Don Lemon got fired.
Got fired on his day off.
Ooh,
it ain't right. Let him come back, then y'all fine. Make me understand it.
This been happening to me for years. But just to see Don Lemon go through it was just.
He has been fired, guys.
And my thing is, I don't know what he did. Somebody, I saw a video. It was a couple of videos that they put on there, and I was like, you know what? He has said a lot of things that, it was a little, I was like
racy. I'm going to say racy.
It was racy.
But isn't that what television and journalism is? Journalism is that. So I
feel like the culture is so sensitive. But he wrote a email he took to the email because, you know, being that, you know, he's on a different, you know, if I would have wrote this, it would have been seen as
But
I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever giving any indication that I could not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at that network. I'm going to let y'all go read that on my own. But I wanted Don Lemon to know that, sir, you was African American. And you just found out that morning who you was.
it ain't right. They should have respected him enough to tell him. That
Girl,
man,
my job don't ever
made
respect
CNN.
me.
They made CNN. He did
Girl,
his
boo.
thing.
I was like,
no. I really feel like they should have respected him enough to
Hey,
say
these
something.
Scorpios.
I'm just saying they should have respected him enough.
girl, I don't even get a call. I get a little email.
If you don't want me,
Don't-
then don't talk to me.
Don't come in.
Like that is crazy, y'all. But we love him. I
Look at-
love him. I'm
look.
sorry. He was very
Selena
controversial.
said that's HR's job to let him know.
Yes, that was.
But what they did was they let him know, the agent know.
The age, I guess the agent, working through the agent, honey.
So they felt like they did what they were supposed to do. They contacted the agent.
It wasn't right. It's just that make sure he got fired on his day off. Okay, it ain't right.
So
it ain't
when
right.
they were supposed to wait.
They were
But you
supposed
know
to
what?
say something to him. That man has been faithful to CNN, okay?
They knew he was Tashonda. Thank you, Tashonda. Because they knew he was going to come in there.
He was coming
and
for
cut
their
up.
neck. Let us
They
do
was
or
gonna come and
sir,
cut
you
up.
fired.
So they did what they were supposed to do, which was contact his agent. And he just being all bougie. He forget who he is.
No, he has done a lot for CNN. He has helped to
Okay.
prepare their numbers,
me
their
tell you
ratings, and everything. And you should at least, Tiffany, have
I
enough
have done
respect
a lot
for
for
me
a lot of jobs
to
that
let
I've
me
been let go
know
from.
if you gonna fire me from the Butcher Queen podcast. Just supposedly call me. Can I get a
Let me
smoke
tell you
signal?
something, because I done got fired a couple of times. I done cleaned up. I done covered for other employees.
Okay, and you had
Okay.
to go. I had to let you go.
And then y'all can't let me work the least
Y'all
Friday.
can't even let me finish my shift
No, to Friday.
till Friday.
So I can get a full week.
Come full so you can be ready.
Girl.
It ain't right, but we love you, sir. We love you. I think he should start his own show.
Yeah,
I think he should start his own
It
show.
would do good. Somebody
And
gonna
it would
pick him
do
up.
good. Somebody would pick him up. I don't care what nobody say. He would do
Somebody
good.
gonna pick him up.
Him
Somebody.
would do good downstairs. Okay,
They-
so we
he
love you.
would.
We love you, sir. But
Yeah,
it's okay.
That was one of our little short. Here go our next.
Ooh,
thing.
we
Said
got
she wants some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, but definitely set this party off right.
so you ready for some new attention.
Girl, let me tell you something about age, baby.
Let me tell you something.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. So
But you know what? Let me go back.
reportedly, okay,
Yeah.
as you guys know, reportedly it was a little time before they revealed what his illness was.
Yeah.
They was trying to keep it under wraps. If you know, he's had a lot of problems with this film he is producing, and they record and everything.
Yeah.
And
stole some money
they
from
took
him.
some money from him. He said like all these string of issues come, and then boom, shakalaka, he has a medical emergency, and now they have revealed that he had a stroke.
And his daughter had to come out and tell us. But I didn't want to, because when he had the stroke, I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, we
with
didn't
that.
know what was happening. He was trying to keep it under wraps, but it came
Yeah.
on out. But the real problem I got, people,
Oh,
is you want to
talk
do a stunt double. Okay, normally when you get sick, some go down, they'll
They
halt
shut the movie
production
down. Mhm.
so you can see what's happening, and then they're gonna put a stunt double
And finish the movie.
and finish the movie. Now, how
So-
y'all feel about that? Now that ain't
Well,
right.
I feel like they had to do that because they had so many stops during the movie. It was a lot of money being tossed out.
His money
And then
too.
his co-worker was Cameron Diaz.
I
and you-
don't care.
Yo, you know them are coins right there, baby. You gotta get her back home.
Listen, when she charging by the day, baby, so you got to hurry up. But they could
I
have
do
done
feel
it a
like
better
that was
way.
shiesty,
That
but
was a
that
little
is
shiesty.
another. Let me tell you something. Same thing Don Lemon learned on this week.
What?
Is the same thing Jamie Foxx learned.
What?
These corporations don't give two. What?
Rat crab apples. I'm just saying.
I'm
They
just
don't
saying,
care.
They don't care.
They don't care about y'all. Everybody be so loyal to their
And
jobs.
you be loyal.
Be loyal to
But
a
if
fault.
we're not saying.
We're not saying. This is all alleged. We don't know what's
no,
going on.
it ain't about no alleged.
What?
We is not saying to go to your job
And cut up.
And cut up.
Don't do it.
You do your best at
Do
your
your
job.
best at your job.
But what I'm saying is, when it's time for you to take off, you take off.
Listen, you're replaceable. That's what that meant to me. You are immediately replaceable. So live your life.
Yeah.
Live your life, Tiffany.
I do.
Do and will, okay?
All the time.
Prepare the others.
But
PTO.
It's so crazy that he had a stroke. So just to realize that, and maybe they got the okay. We don't know.
We don't know. They might have asked him for him to continue, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that. You see how they do my boy Will after the little tap?
Yeah.
They don't care. They blackball you. Like you ostracized. You make a mistake and you in that world, you are ostracized. James says do the bare minimum. You are replaceable. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Now I believe in doing your best.
That's what I said before.
Jamie. No, I believe in you giving your all to the position applied. But at the end of the day, you are replaceable. Live your life out here.
But you know what? I need people to start doing their best at these African American businesses.
Oh, here she goes.
Because I'm tired of going to these restaurants and the food be so good. And the service be horrible. So I just
D Scorpio, hey D Scorpio, this is why I just left mine after 9 years. I know my worth and my mental health is important. Absolutely. Right. Mental health, y'all, seriously, people just don't understand the impact. Think about this thing. You at your job, how much time in a day?
8 hours.
8 hours. Then you gotta turn around, eat, sleep, turn around, and be right back at that place.
Do.
And sometimes your mind never stop working. I
enjoy myself at work.
Y'all, you better start living your life and enjoying what you do. I'm just saying, it's a lot. Like, people just don't understand the pressures of trying to perform.
Okay. So I want y'all to get into this.
Get into it.
He's a messy queen.
Thanks to the media, our lives have been interrupted. And we'd like privacy, and I would like to go back to being a normal husband. But I can't, because I can't breathe, I can't walk. People say that's an act. Let me try to stand up. Let me try to stand up. Exactly.
What do you say to someone who believes that you are Nicholas Alaverdi?
I am not, Andrea, I am not Nicholas Alaverdi, and I do not know how to make this clear.
What do you say to people who say these are crocodile tears? He's putting on a show. This is all an act.
Oh, Andrea, no, that's a low blow. That's a right low blow.
What did you just show me?
Baby, I live for it, man. I live for it.
What?
So, let me tell you something about that man.
Please give us a background, please.
Okay, so he is a known sex offender. Mm-hmm. He is a known criminal, okay? So, what he did was he faked his death, okay? What he did was he had went to Europe. Mm-hmm. When he got to Europe, he called back and said, "Oh, I'm so sick. I got I forgot the disease. It was some disease." Mm-hmm. Then he went and wrote an obituary and killed himself off, and people reported it.
Like he was gone.
Gone. So the FBI found him over in Scotland, pretending to be British from Scotland. And they already proved that it was him. They just waiting to bring him back to the United States. So Dateline did a whole 2-hour special on this guy because they like, oh my God, like, and when I say that man cut up so bad,
what, baby? You ain't see the fallback. He had a hallelujah fallback. Hey, he popped shot nose. Baby, who was that?
Yeah,
he fell back like.
But it's just so it's sad, but it's funny at the same time because.
But what do you do with that? Like, what is the point? Like, why are we even having a conversation? Why do he even get 2 hours of airtime to talk about nothing?
Because he He tricked people. He tricked everybody.
It's the accent for me, sis. What was that? No, you ain't see that Hallelujah fallback he had. Oh, baby. I didn't know what that was, honey.
Let me tell y'all
He by Shondo. He went back.
what
that was.
He's not going back.
He's not coming back over here. So I didn't know why
what is happening?
I don't know.
Y'all gotta watch the Dateline. Dateline gonna do a whole build.
They gonna do a whole build up till he.
And I'm telling you, it is good because this man, he was convicted,
and he over there in Scotland.
He just holding back. He's holding back the case. Just throwing stuff.
He got to go.
Stuff. And then he went all the way
Y'all
over there. Called back, faked his death.
Y'all ain't
so
see
people
that.
thought he had died. I was like, now how y'all thought that man had died?
If it was us, we ourselves, we would have been picked up last week. We would have been gone. We would have had a 5 minute special.
But I thought that
would have been over. I don't know what that
was.
Tiffany, what was that? Like, what is that? She be surprised. Shondo, you ain't see that fall.
December the 10th, 2022.
Will you commit to never giving up until your dying day? Do you promise to give yourself grace? Do you commit to praying and finding the answers within yourself? Do you promise to value yourself?
Yes, I do. I overcame a lot of trauma and it inspired me to marry myself. I realized I wasn't living for myself and this wedding was my chance to start over. I spent $4,000 on my wedding. I had 9 bridesmaids. My name is Danny and I'm married.
Now I was all for it.
Sick of it.
I was all for it.
You was all for it. You was all for marrying yourself.
Yeah,
Tiffany.
I was like, that was cute because I understand what she's
Let's
doing.
hear this explanation, people. Why was it cute?
Why it was cute? Because she was marrying herself. She was saying, "I accept me for me." Okay.
She accept her
for her. But then when she said, "I spent $4,000 on baby."
Ma'am, what did you buy, ma'am? What did you buy? Tiffany, what you bought? She had 9 bridesmaids.
I didn't even want 9 bridesmaids my own way.
Tiffany, what did she do? Girl, y'all got to be stopped. Y'all got to be. Y'all got to be.
Shauna said that marriage foolery should be done in private with a therapist.
Now she done went too damn far. Once I heard the numbers, baby, I thought she was finna say she got her 5 for 5 at Wendy's. Baby said she spent $4,000.
Too far.
$4,000 for her wedding. But honestly,
but I understand what she
was trying to do.
Yeah,
she was trying to.
And then sometimes you be so. I feel like a lot of these singles today are so hard on themselves. Like
being single is bad.
Yeah, like it's being bad. No. I understand I don't want to be single thing. I understand because I was there.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is they're hard on themselves. Like, why am I single? Nobody want me. No, ain't nobody I found. I always been like, ain't nobody I found.
But everybody not that strong-minded.
But I'm just saying it's not because they don't wait.
I think sis done waited. She looked like she might have already been down through there with a couple people, and she had just decided to love on herself.
Got somebody in the background.
She wanted to love on herself too. So I thought, okay, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. She wanted the opportunity to love on herself.
I get that.
And so she did a ceremonial moment where she was being very, very symbolic.
I'm looking at Jamie.
She being symbolic and saying that
Read what Jamie
said. Nothing she is doing is understandable. She needs meds and a therapist. Do you think that for real? So guys, would you marry yourself? Would you marry yourself too?
Would I marry myself?
Would you walk yourself down the aisle?
I give myself a little promise ring.
What you promising to yourself, girl?
A little pinky promise ring.
What you gonna? What? No, Tiffany trying to be devil's advocate. No, ma'am. Tashana said, folks be sending their self flowers, writing poems, and taking pictures. Baby, you just told the truth, okay?
You know what I used to do?
What you used to do, girl?
I used to take pictures.
You used to take pictures?
Yes, especially if I had got into something with somebody. I want you to feel like I'm I'm out with somebody else. I'd be like, out eating.
What's that about? Like, people really do that. Like, they really
like,
make
out
it
eating,
their
I have
business to show what they doing online and to show
But
how they doing.
It's not to show what I'm doing online. It was
What
for one particular person.
So it's for them to see.
Yeah, it wasn't for nobody else.
See, I ain't got time. See, I don't have time
I'm like that.
for
No,
all
you
of that.
always working, so you didn't have time.
I don't have time to be worried about if you like what.
But if you talking your mouth like you all that, I'm gonna show you what I do.
Oh no, honey. Tip, you gonna go down the aisle by yourself?
No, I ain't going down no damn aisle.
Saw you, I said, oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my, then you gonna pass out and go to Scotland?
Yeah, go to Scotland.
I don't get it, y'all. I'm sorry. I understand the symbolic side of loving yourself. I'm not talking about her.
If you're watching the show,
we show you love. We appreciate. We see what
she
you
was
did.
over there laughing.
But I'm sorry, man. I'm not spending $4,000 on that. I'm gonna take a couple trips with my friends on them $4,000, but I will not do that.
JB, I ain't sharing none of that.
She can just love herself without the wedding and the bridesmaids, and she could have kept that $4K and went on a dope. And I didn't even see your comment, and we here because
I feel
ain't
that.
no way.
I feel that.
I'm spending 4Gs on that too.
Yeah, I'm not having no motherfucker.
So no, but seriously, why do people feel like they have to have? I think certain experiences are for certain things.
I feel like
if I'm getting married, I want to have the experience of planning a wedding, right?
Okay. But I feel like I'm telling you the truth. I feel like she did that for somebody. I'm not.
Who is she doing it for? She could have saved them $4,000 in her pocket. I see if she had another dude beside her and she eloped or something. But sis married herself.
She trying to show. I'm telling you.
I can do bad by myself.
That's what she was trying to show.
I don't need no help.
She don't need nobody.
She don't need nobody.
That's what she was trying to show.
Girl, shouts out to you. I understand the loving yourself. Y'all loving yourself like her. You go spend $4K on you a wedding by yourself and take you a honeymoon.
Don't spend no $4K. You know what? Hit me up. I got you.
Okay, I can tell you what to do with it. Okay, what you got to?
Oh, you want this next one?
I want it.
All right,
let me see.
Here behind bars after she brutally attacked her teacher. Thousands on social media have shared video of the assault. Tonight, that teacher is talking exclusively with Fox 5's Rob DiRienzo.
Well, Rob, that video is tough to watch. What did she have to say about it?
That's right, guys. This attack happened at the end of January, but that teacher is still out of work and on the mend. The girl has pleaded guilty to aggravated assault on the teacher. She's now serving a year sentence at the youth detention center.
She just went off and pulled me down to the floor.
Heritage High School teacher Tawana Turner says in that moment, as the 15-year-old girl pounced, God spoke to her.
I heard the God say, don't hit her.
Other teachers had to jump in and pull the teen off of her. Turner would spend the next 6 days in the hospital.
When I got out of the hospital and came home, it hit me that I had been injured really bad and I can't go to work. I can't see my students. I can't do anything that I used to do. I can't drive.
The Rockdale County District Attorney's Office tells Fox 5 that the 15-year-old girl pleaded guilty to aggravated battery against a teacher, which is a felony. Last week, a judge sentenced her to a year in the youth detention center, followed by 5 years of supervised release. What allegedly caused the girl to go off when Turner tried to take her phone.
The young lady, hopefully she will grow from this. She will learn from this. She'll get the help she needs.
Turner has taught for nearly 3 decades. She says recently she's noticed a shift in how kids act. Would you say that the kids of today are different than the ones in the classrooms you first walked into 27 years ago?
Absolutely. Absolutely they are. I would say that if I had to start teaching with these students, this generation, nah, I wouldn't have been able to.
She says after the video went viral, people from around the world reached out to her to express their support.
People who don't know me have reached out to me, have helped me, are praying for me, supporting. That kind of treatment, that holds you up when you fall.
You got angels on your side.
I'm telling you, I don't take any of it for granted.
And Turner tells me if she could go back to the classroom tomorrow, even after all of this, she would. She thinks that along the way, the system failed her teenaged attacker. Moving forward, she wants to see more support for kids with emotional issues before it ever gets to this point. Tom.
Tiffany.
We don't serve the same God.
Now, what would you do if your student...
I wouldn't have hit her back either.
Tiffany.
I promise you I wouldn't have.
You would have just let her pounce on you. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, ma'am. She would have got love lifted me.
Listen, Linda.
I'm going to be quiet.
Oh, she be ready. Yeah, I'm going to let you, because I'm going back to work. I might go back to work. But if I catch that ass at night.
No, ma'am. You know, ma'am. We gonna get the one chance she had to throw them dogs. And that was the one chance she had to love lift.
That wasn't no one chance. Because it take a little while for them to come get her.
This is why teachers deserve a special place in heaven, because somebody else to do it, I don't have the restraint to not defend myself. Absolutely. Because that's what you're taught. When you're teaching, you are taught not to.
Gonna lie. I'm just lying. I would have whooped her tail.
You would have?
It would have been a whole
she wouldn't have been pouncing on me like that. Even if I just laid across her to keep her from hitting me like that, sis wouldn't have been kept hitting me like that. Because she would fight like a grown woman, honey.
I was in the military. So after a point,
no ma'am.
After a point, I am protecting myself.
Yes.
So I might have took her hand and busted her.
Jesus said don't, but I would have said the devil thought he had me. Let me tell you, baby, it would have went down. I'm sorry, I don't think I would have. I know to restrain myself in certain situations. However, that young lady just kept pounding and has caused injury or impact on this lady for possibly the rest of her life.
So you would have said, I heard it.
Baby, it would have went down. I'm talking about meet me in the trap. It would have went down with that young lady. I'm sorry.
Meet me in the trap.
Tiffany.
It's going down.
Listen, man, we thank you so much for all you do. Teachers, all the teachers out there, all the people out there, we really, because this is a different breed of children. These grown folks.
That was my main thing with that video. She said it. She's been teaching for 30, and that's my thing.
3 decades.
3 decades you've been teaching. You never had a problem with nobody.
Baby.
But this little girl, you took her phone away.
A phone.
Baby.
A phone.
I would have whooped her.
Not her pocketbook. Nothing major.
I might have whooped her mama too.
Listen.
Because my thing is this. I know sometimes parents can't control
we don't condone violence, but that was ridiculous.
But my thing is this.
What do you do with that?
Why is your phone here? Your phone ain't helping you. It's not educating you. Like, please. Like,
I really think students should not have phones in school.
I don't. And then my thing is,
the phone should be left in the locker until school out.
I know it's a whole bunch of videos, but majority of the videos, the teacher be getting beat up because they took the phone away.
Over a phone. And the real joke is, how you ever got so grown that you can square up with somebody old enough to be with your mama? Like, they be squaring up, cussing out like you and your mama hang at the club together or something. That's how they treat it.
She would have known I was about that life when she had first opened up her mouth and said, "Give me my phone." I'd be like, "Who the fuck you talking to?"
Ooh.
That's what I would have said, and I bet you would have scared that young girl.
I don't know.
Actually, would
that young lady act like she don't care, honey. She drank Mad Dog 2020 every week, a strawberry boom or something.
That day.
She drank a Taylor Port. That young lady is like she grown and pay bills. That's how she was talking. I'm just saying, PTSD for life on that teacher. Absolutely, teachers deserve the world and should be making millions of dollars. That's right.
And I would sue.
And the school system would pay.
I would sue the school system, and I would sue her parents.
Oh, absolutely, civil all day. It's going down.
I would sue her.
I'm just saying.
I would sue her. Would she go get it? No,
she's a minor.
She get a job?
Everything she does is based on the acts of her parents.
I understand, but guess what? I'm gonna wait till she get a job because she got about 3-4 more years. I'm getting your money.
Yeah, Tashonda, they're supposed to not have their phones in the classroom, but they keep sneaking them in, calling them to distract the class. We can't even teach because you got your phone in your hand. Then you got a nerd knowing you wrong. You want to fight and swing. Cuss me out, then fight and swing. Oh, baby. Oh, Lord.
I would have been like, Lord. I would have changed the whole thing.
It would have went down. It would have went all the way down.
I'd be like, who you talking to?
I'm like, meet me in the trap. It's going down, man. You that girl.
I'm like, I'm about to see.
I mean, she squared up on that teacher like.
Crystal.
What? What'd I do?
You ran in the fight a young
Oh,
girl.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a lot. I was emotional. Emotions make you cry sometimes.
Girl.
I'm sorry. Y'all get
You
y'all
okay?
child. I'm sorry. Get y'all child. Stop being y'all child friends. Because that's why they think they can square up with grown folks. Because y'all sitting up there
now
being
the
friends
substitute teacher,
with your child.
I did see this video with the substitute teacher. Now she fought.
Now she fought. That substitute teacher threw them
She's a
hands.
sub.
She a sub. She ain't the teacher. She a sub. I can leave here, okay?
Okay, she got another job.
Be strong and wrong, but mad. Yes. Did you see the video? Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot happening out here, y'all. But how do you feel? Is that an issue with home discipline? Like parents are wanting to be their friend, the children's friends.
I think it's the gentle parenting.
That gentle parenting? Do you think this is a
And
part of it?
And it is. It is the friend mode.
That friend
because
mode.
At the end of the day, we're teaching our children we could be friends, but you're not teaching them that
it has to be a line.
There is people that have authority over you.
Yes.
And what we mean by authority, that doesn't mean you have to do every single thing that they do.
Right.
Come on, use a little common sense.
It's
youngin.
a respect mode.
But it's called respect.
That's it.
So if your teacher tells you to sit down, you go to your seat and you
sit down. But
it.
you know what? Kids don't care about consequences no more.
They
don't care.
They don't care about consequences because the only consequences we gave them is called punishments.
Take your phone away.
Yes,
take
we're
the TV
taking
away.
things away from you. See, when I punish a child, I'm going to take more than what you love.
Yes.
I'm putting you up against the wall and you're holding your hands out and you're going to feel a little pain.
See?
Because at the end of the day, when you get into the world,
guess what? They're going to eat.
It's going to be pain. That young lady think, okay, I'm spending a year in juvenile. Juvenile is hard because there's kids who badder than you. You think you bad.
Think you bad. You think you Michael Jackson bad. Baby,
it's a
go.
little boy. Somebody sent me something. A little boy, he 13.
13 and killed somebody.
I think Tashonda sent it to me.
Crazy.
Kill somebody.
It's crazy.
It's kids in there that really got problems.
It's about that life. Like really going through stuff to act like that.
And
Like
they killed their
you
parents.
weren't putting past
killed
them.
their grandma.
It's crazy.
You like you think you
over
think
a
you
phone.
bad. Over a phone.
Over a phone.
And you messed up your whole life over a phone.
Over a phone.
So my thing is,
I don't know.
That's why. But sometimes some
It's
parents do that, and you still have a child.
I feel like you should have a direct communication where your child feels comfortable to communicate with you. That's one thing.
Right.
Versus you just being my BFF and just letting me get away with all this and not teaching me the ropes of how to survive in society.
Right.
Because everything ain't that. Your child is not supposed to get everything they want exactly when they want to because the appreciation levels are different. That's what I think.
My thing is, the world is different.
It's different.
Because
like,
I can go to work and I can do everything everybody say. And guess what?
What?
Life hits.
Life hits. And
what I'm going to do?
What you going to do?
I'm going to get mad.
You got to teach
my
a
things
sense of
ain't
reality.
Yes,
you got to
have a sense of reality. And that's why some people on our level sometimes have problems because they weren't taught that.
Yeah, they don't have that line. And so it's hard for them to hear anything from a boss or from anybody. It's hard, honey. It's hard. D. Skirkin said, we're no friends. You're the... Oh, I'm just heated about that. I'm like on fire.
I'm like, oh, y'all don't...
Fire. And I was hyped.
She was about
Because I don't play because I'm really sensitive about that. Like
I am too
it's
about
very
disrespecting older people.
Older people. Like I understand we have lines, but baby, they don't care no more.
They don't.
We're no friends. You're with your child. We're no friends with your child. I'm the parent. Period. That's how I was raised, and it is nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's lines to everything. Yes, keep the communication streams open. That does not mean just be the authoritarian that's not there, but also know there's another side of that. They have to learn a sense of discipline in order for them to be prepared for this real world out here. Because it's safe at home, but it's real outside. I'm just saying.
Outside.
Whoo, Tip. Move on, child.
This
my heart.
I know.
My heart, girl. I don't
I'ma
play
play
about them
this-
cheering with them
I'm playing
drunk.
a video. Give it a little water to drink.
Give it a little punch.
A little Dasani.
Well, I Superman is gay now.
That's what I heard.
Well, I said, bitch, listen. Let me tell you what I said. Listen, I love gay people. I'm definitely a part of the LGBTQ community. You feel me? I done ate. You feel me? I done did me. At the end of the day, bitch, kids want to see fly and do powers and save the day. They don't give a fuck about a Superman kissing. Let's just keep the kid shit. And I'm an adult entertainer, bitch. If I gotta tell you, y'all doing too much, y'all doing too fucking much. Put all that kissing and sexualizing shit out the kids' network and let them just save the day and shoot shit and fly. You know, Superman.
So first of all, I love me some Suki.
Break it down. What was she trying to express?
That is Suki with the good cuckoo. But she was just basically saying that she saw that Superman was gay on the network television show. So she was like, let kids be kids. Kids don't care about sexual orientation. They care about Superman having powers. They care about Superman,
Superman
flying.
and Batman. Like,
they don't care about that. She was just saying, let the kids be kids. And when you were talking about it earlier, what is too old for somebody? I think any age is too old. Let somebody. I feel like the time that I found out was the time. Sometimes
right?
Sometimes you just know who you are. But my thing is, you gonna go around talking about.
Why is that the topic of conversation?
Like, you need to be focused on your schoolwork.
You know what? You watch Sesame Street for the letters and the numbers and the why?
It's just too much. It's too much. Like, I understand.
So do you think exposure is too soon?
It's too soon. It's too soon. But I understand why.
But they say it's because of y'all LGBTQ+.
Hold on. It's not because of us, because I think it's too soon. So it's not because of us. I think it's because of something else. And that's why I want them to come on the show.
With all y'all pronouns.
I feel like
with all y'all pronouns.
I feel like they lighting
that's why they said it.
I feel like people are lighting a fire to something that doesn't need to be lit. Because at the end of the day, let a child be a child. And that is in all things. Like, you sit up here teaching a child sexual orientation, and they don't even know to look both ways before you cross the street. I saw a little boy. I said, you don't know about looking both ways before you cross the street? He's looking at me like, what? I'm like, baby, that's what we learned in kindergarten.
Yes, they said. But do y'all remember any of the cartoons we watched?
Right. And guess what? When did you find out about those sexual orientation things that was going on? Until you was older.
Yeah.
You did not know when you wasn't thinking about none of that stuff that was in them cartoons.
But you know what? I
Like
think they're trying to make it a mainstream thing because they're allowing people to identify based on their pronouns in the education system. And so they're trying to mainstream it so young people can start in the developmental stages of growth and development to learn what these different things may be. So that is why I feel they're including that now in the cartoons and everything and exposing young children to the differentials that we so-called have in society today. That's what it is.
So they're trying to teach.
They're trying to teach it.
That about she,
he, they, us.
So that can't be taught.
And unknown, because you know there's like an unknown thing.
But when you're 5 years old,
yeah.
What is unknown? We're all unknown at 5.
But in society today, they feel 5 to 6 years of age is when you should start exposing them to these different pronouns and the way people feel about themselves.
But guess what? Pronouns is taught in the first grade, right? Did you learn she, he, her in the first grade?
Y'all got 12 pluses before. I'm just being honest. So that's why they're doing it.
But listen to what I'm saying.
I hear you.
We learned pronouns in the first grade, right?
We learned them, yes.
Okay. So when we learned pronouns in the first grade, it was taught to us without teaching sexuality, correct?
Correct.
It wasn't taught. Okay, he, she.
But everything was based on looks, though. It was based on how we saw stuff.
I understand. Listen to what I'm saying, Linda.
I'm listening.
He, she. We didn't say he, she went in the bed and had sex. So because he and she went in the bed and had sex, no. This is the pronoun. You could teach a child. If a person comes to you and say, this is your pronoun, and first of all, kids ain't going to give 2 fucks about that pronoun shit because I could tell a child all day long.
I am him.
I am a she, but you wear a boy clothes.
But you wear. That's what they do.
You wear a boy clothes.
So what are y'all?
So it doesn't, my thing is, it's amazing what you guys are trying to do with the youth, but it doesn't freaking matter until they get to an age where they're concerned about it, which is called puberty, which is when they teach about sexuality. So
but actually, they say it starts before puberty. And the precursors of it. So that is why they are, because that was not the focus. Allow it to, see, the thing is that we need to just stop force feeding stuff and allow it to occur naturally.
That's all
allow it to occur naturally, like it did.
And that's why people are confused anyway.
And people are confused.
At the end of the day, I was forced to learn when I was 13 because they were teaching me sexuality. That
your mama had to sign that piece of paper.
Yes, she signed that piece of paper. I went to class and I found out I'm supposed to be having sex with what? What did I find out I had supposed to be having sex with?
Yeah.
You're supposed to say that. What was I supposed to be having sex with? What were they teaching? Yes, Crystal.
I'm just being funny.
So in school.
You're emotional about that.
No, I'm just saying because it's common sense and it's stupid and they keep forcing things on these kids and they won't let kids be freaking kids.
Yes.
Then when they grow up and they be sexually active and they be screwing everybody and coming home with different diseases instead of focusing on their school.
Real deep.
No. Focus on schoolwork instead of focusing on school.
Yeah, because I do feel like that's a conversation that should be had at home. I don't think it's a school conversation.
But the thing is, parents don't have that conversation with their kids.
No.
A lot of parents don't have that conversation.
They don't.
They don't. Especially because we grew up in a time where they don't. Like I was telling Crystal, I don't know about certain things. But my thing is this. Stop trying to force things on people. If you don't teach anything about certain things at a certain age, guess what? It wouldn't be nobody's concern.
But this is what's being said right now in the chat. So Dia said, child told everyone that she was a boy at the age of 6.
Okay.
I think girls do that, like go through that sometimes because they're really trying to identify.
I told my class
because I thought it was cool being a boy versus a girl.
I told my class at the age of 5 I was white. Am I still screaming that?
No.
People change after a while.
Yeah.
So I understand teaching things, but the thing is, it won't stick until they get older.
Yeah, well, there are certain exposures that I'm thinking of. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm thinking that we should allow the process to occur naturally, and then based on that, that's where the questions come. That's where they get very explorative. And that's that period of time that they want to know these different things. And those are the conversations that I think the parents should be bold enough and brave enough to have with their child.
The little nasty kids who used to be playing Real House. Be humping and
but everybody play house. Like
no,
play
I
house.
know. Did you listen to the words that I said? The nasty kids.
Oh my
God.
Now
there was two sides.
So you wasn't nasty.
Oh, I wasn't bumping and grinding.
Girl, baby.
I wasn't.
D. Scorpio said, I don't remember Looney Tunes and Barney talking about. Yes, you did not remember that because it was not a part of the process. The focus was learning, teaching them their senses, helping them to identify those things. Like when they were, Barney wasn't talking about that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Why?
So it occurred naturally. We focus, it's steps to everything.
And then
in the life cycle, there's steps.
But I met a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how old she was. I want to say she was like 4 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I could read that she was going to be a young stud.
Wait, not a young stud.
At that age.
Really?
Yes.
You felt it? The masculinity?
I could feel it. She had swagger.
Okay.
All day long.
All day.
And I would laugh. And she would say stuff. And when she saw me, she gravitated to me. She gravitated to me because she said, "Oh, I love your hair." Because she was like, "Wow, this is what I want to be. I see all these women around me,
but this is what I feel most comfortable.
This is what I feel comfortable just talking to you." So she was like, "How does it feel to wear?" She asked me how it feel to wear my clothes, and I was just like, "It feels like wearing clothes. It's fashion." So I told her, I didn't teach her about sexuality. I taught her to be comfortable. I said, always be comfortable about how you feel and how you feel about yourself. And I said, but ask your mom certain things. I said, certain things you got to go to your mom. And she said her mom told me, it was okay for me to talk to her.
Right.
Because she wanted me to talk to her because she said she's been asking her questions about how she feel about her dress.
How she look, her clothing.
Her clothing, not about sexuality and wanting to hump on girls. She felt a way about, she loved the way I dressed. She identified
with your look.
My look. Because that's what it was.
So in that case.
Now, as she's older now, she's 17.
She's 17. What you see now?
She's gay.
Who is she?
She's a gay woman.
She is. Oh,
She's
okay.
a gay woman.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew.
But it was done
But it
in
was
a
done
trash.
in a beautiful way because her mom never shunned her about how she wanted to get her some basketball shorts like her brother.
Mm-hmm.
She'll put her basketball shorts on.
But
like
every parent is not that.
They not,
so
because I even seen the child.
So what would you do with that? As you saw when she was younger versus when she was 4 and 5 and then 17.
I would.
That journey was that journey. So I think what they're trying to say is.
But when she went to school, her mom would tell her, now when you go to school, you're going to wear these pink. You're going to wear these pink shirts.
Uh-huh.
You're going to wear these blah, blah, blah. Now, right now, you might be upset with me.
Mm-hmm.
But as a mother, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see why I loved you.
Mm-hmm. So it's because of the effects of society.
Because of society, she didn't allow. And I feel that's okay.
Okay, so stay right there. So, with that being said, Tipmilli, at the end of the day, what do you do with that? That child saw you, identified with that, felt comfortable with that. No sexual. We ain't talking sexual.
That's what I'm saying.
So with that being said, do you feel like society is trying to push the narrative that you should communicate those true feelings as soon as they occur?
But you can communicate that without sex. Like the reading. I love that they do the drag queen reading. I don't feel like you need to read stories about transsexuals. But I feel like let those people see those different people and they're happy.
Right.
That they're okay because at home.
That it's okay to look or to be that.
To be yourself.
Be yourself. Okay.
I feel like push it out in front of you and let them see that it is okay to be you.
Right.
Whoever you are.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So do you see this devil's advocate?
No,
maybe they're feeling that's what they're trying to push.
Superman,
they're trying to push.
No,
that's a lot to think about. Tashana said, same tip. They always compliment my sneakers. I believe like help stud in training. Yes, stud in training. But honestly, you should just be able and be comfortable enough to say, hey, this is what I like. This is how I like it. There should be some parameters in that, but let it happen naturally. Don't force feed the conversation. Don't force feed the pronoun. Don't force feed it. That's what I'm worried about in society. I feel like you're going to see all kinds of things walking down the street. It's one of those situations that you're just going to see all kinds of stuff. And that's the beauty of being able to be yourself. That's the beauty, Tim.
It is.
That is the beauty of being able, but in that same token, you also have to take in account the life cycle. You got to give it opportunity just for life to happen, people. Just let it happen.
Change.
It just let it happen. Don't force feed it. Now, if someone is seeking understanding, that's different.
Yeah.
Versus making somebody understand and cause more confusion than
understanding.
I'm just saying.
I think that's what they do.
Woo, Tim, this was a hot and heavy. Woo, it was a little hot and heavy tonight. Call me Janet if you're nasty. Hey, but
Dream Street.
She is not singing Dream Street. So anyway, we just want to show some love and support. Before we close out the show, we thank you all for supporting us. And also, we want you guys, there is so much happening in the world. I've had 3 friends to pass away in less than a week.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm saying that I'm showing some love to most many in Atlanta, Georgia. Showing some love to my frat brother, Jay Will. And also recent passing of Antoinette Demp. We call her Demp. And so, yeah, we used to call her Demp.
I call her Antoinette.
Antoinette. It depends on which day it was. But it's so much happening. And it's not happening to older people, y'all. It's happening to us young folks. So my advice to you is to live your life, enjoy your life. Don't let things consume your mind. I work on that every day now because life happens. And some things that you expected it to be, it may not be. Things can happen, but tomorrow is not promised to you. It ain't promised. So live your life.
I thought I was about to be taken out.
Listen, it's a lot. It's so important. It's so important for all of us to know that you are special. You are loved. You are important. You are all these things. So please tell somebody, hug somebody, love on somebody, and tell somebody that, you know what, you are something special. You are special, Tim.
Thank you.
You are very special. So remember to like,
comment,
and subscribe to the Butch and Queen podcast. Tell somebody to come check us out. We getting there, ain't we?
Yeah, we done gained like 20 people.
We getting there, baby. Because guess what? The
YouTube.
sky is the limit. The sky's the limit. Do all you can. Support one another. Love on somebody. Shouts out to my aunt. She had knee surgery. Shouts out to her.
Yeah, she said night.
There's a lot of birthdays coming up too. It's a lot of things happening. You know, I love your Aries, Taurus, you know, all that. So y'all, we love y'all. We appreciate your support and tune in next week, right?
Yup, it's going.
We don't know who Tip gonna be next week, y'all. We don't know. You gonna wear a dress next week?
Yep, I'm wearing a dress. Like you said. I'm wearing a bustier, baby.
Come on.
Watch. I got it upstairs.
Call me Janet if you're nasty. Hey, we love y'all.
Get your kids in the bed. Hello, everybody. Your show about to come on. Thank you for tuning in. Are you ready? Let's get it. Drop the beat.
Is she a boy? Is he a girl? Is he a boy?
I don't know.
Is she a girl? It don't matter.
No, don't.
It's a world. Let's talk about it. Be about it. Virgin Queen podcast.
Ooh, y'all sound good.
It's the Virgin Queen podcast. Virgin Queen podcast.
It's the what?
Virgin Queen podcast.
This one you twerk.